Anyway, it's a story about 3 young men who were in leadership positions for the king of Babylonia. And his name was Nebuchadnezzar. And if you have a name like Nebuchadnezzar, you learn to have pretty faithful friends, pretty faithful people working with you. Because if they laughed at your name, they were in trouble. So they had to be very faithful to not do that. And so one day Nebuchadnezzar was pretty impressed with himself. And he built a huge statue. He built it 80 feet high, or 26.3 meters high. And it was really tall, and some guys in his kingdom said, I want everybody to worship this thing instead of the other gods that they were worshiping. And the king thought, oh yeah, that's cool. If they all worship me, then I'll be the one that everybody's worshiping. And the thing is, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were these 3 kids. And they were, it's really funny because they have funny names like that, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I don't know why they got names like that. I'd rather, it would have been real hard. Can you imagine trying to call those kids for lunch? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. That'd be silly, I think. They should be easier names. But anyway, that's the names they had. So we're stuck with that. Anyway, they said, Kingo, we're not going to go worship your statue, because we don't worship statues. We worship God. And because they were Jewish and they didn't want to worship statues. God said, don't worship any statues. Don't make any statues. Don't make any images. Don't make any little idols or anything. And he only wants to be worshipped, but not as a little tiny idol or even a big idol. He wants to be worshipped as the God who made the universe. So anyway, so these guys said, we're worshiping God. We're not going to worship your idol. And Nebuchadnezzar got a little upset about that. He said, oh yeah, I'm going to... But that was in Babylonian, so I don't know what he said really. But he told the guys who ran the furnace, they had a big old furnace there that they were using to make things that you make furnaces in. And he told them to heat it up 7 times hotter than it should be. And so they threw some more wood and coal and I don't know what else they threw on it. Whatever it took to make it really hot. And then he said to Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, if you guys don't worship my statue, I'm going to have these other guys throw you in that furnace. And they said, King, oh King, whom we respect a whole bunch, Kingsy, we're not going to worship you no matter what. We're going to worship our God. And if he wants us to go in the furnace and get burned up, that's up to him. But we're not going to worship you. And the king was really, really mad then. He thought, oh yeah, I'm going to show you. And so he had 3 guys with other equally difficult names pick up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, run them over to the furnace and chuck them in. And they chucked them in the furnace. And the guys who brought them over there with the other funny names, they got burned up. That's how hot it was. But Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego were in the furnace, and they were just kind of tooling around saying, whoa, this is cool. Say, whoa, this is cool. Say, whoa, this is cool. Say, whoa, this is cool. And if you think a furnace is cool, then something's going on. And really, what was going on was God was protecting him, even in the middle of a big old fire. And in fact, he dropped in on them personally. The king looked in, and the king and his buddies looked in, and they found 4 people in the furnace, not just the 3 that they threw in there. And they said, that 4th guy, he looks like the Son of God. And so they pulled Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego out of the furnace, and the other guy just disappeared again. And they said, well, you must be worshiping the right God, because he protected you from our furnace. And that's what they said. They said, yep, that's what we were telling you. And so they decided, that King Nebuchadnezzar, everybody's got to start worshiping this God that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are worshiping, because that's the best way to do it. And so that's what we do now. Hi, here's a little project that could be fun to make. And obviously you can make it out of different things. But I've chosen to make it out of a milk box and a straw. And these are 2 Q-tips. And I made wheels. These are really good looking wheels. I made them out of cardboard just a little while ago. And then I'll tape the whole thing together. Now, what makes a car important is that it can go someplace. So I have these straws. And I'm making these about the same width as the car. And what these will do, they will hold the axle. This is going to be an axle, so the wheels can turn around. So I'm going to take them on what I consider to be the bottom of the car. I only need 2 axles. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking I needed 4. Now I know what I was thinking. But I have to tape them pretty good, so tape them very strong. Now I'm going to take one of my Q-tips and put it through the axle holder. Here we go. I'm going to put the other straw up here. Do this one right. Try to get them straight unless you want your car to go in a circle all the time. So I put a bunch of tape on there to hold that. Put my axles through. Axles might be better if they didn't have the fluffy things on the end, but I don't know if I can get those off. They're glued on pretty good. Now, my little wheels have to have holes in them, so I'm going to put some holes in them. And I'm going to put them on my axles. There you go. Now, there's a little nut box car that you can make. And of course, thank you. Bye.